Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
This entire military is one cohesive, dedicated force. And the threats to our nations, they don't sleep. They're watching our every move. Iran, Russia, China, North Korea, ISIS, Al-Qaeda. They may be watching this right now. Our military should not be mistaken for a cable news gabfest show. We don't care what you look like. We don't care who you voted for, who you worship, what you worship, who you love. It doesn't matter if your dad left you millions when he died or if you knew who your father was. We have been honed into a machine of lethal moving parts that you would be wise to avoid if you know what's good for you. We will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We've seen war. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities.
Turnbuckles and Stogies. Yo, what is up? What is up? Yo, happy Sunday. Another Sunday with your favorite hostess with the mostest.
My dad, I'm doing a wrestling punch. I looked at her and I said, hey, I'm on Brooklyn, New York.
We're not in Brooklyn, sir. We're in upstate New York in Dutchess County. I'm originally from Yonkers. Hung out on the farm.
Wait a minute. I guess you guys don't know each other that well.
Oh, what is up? What is up? Today is Sunday, fun day. I am your host, the Big Dog, the Vanilla Gorilla, and we are Turnbuckles and Stogies Pod, your favorite podcast on the internet. Cigars, wrestling, and anything else that we throw in. What's everybody doing today? Today we are going to have a good time. It's a nice day out. We're sitting out front of the office. And it's going to be very pleasant. It's going to be fun. We're just waiting for our guest to come on. Text him now.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to text him?
I just sent him an email.
Tell him whatever he's ready.
That's what I said.
So,
I figure out what's wrong with you. Why do you think your heart's right?
what's going on? What's going on? What are we doing, folks? We have another set, don't we?
Yeah, but I don't know if those are charged.
So what are we going to talk about today?
Well, I mean, I guess we'll kind of talk about what happened. I fixed it.
All right, we're good with that.
So there's going to be a giveaway coming up. That's going to be coming pretty soon. It'll run for probably a month or so, maybe a couple weeks, and then we'll be giving away something. Haven't decided yet, but I think I know what it is.
Something?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See, this is why you're the producer. This is why you're the producer, sir.
Yeah. Absolutely, that's why I'm the producer. But yeah, it's something we've been talking about, so I want to try to kind of start that. Give away a humidor, one that we use a lot, that we have an extra one of. So we'll give that away.
We'll figure out how you got to do it. It's probably going to be like all the other ones, like, share.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do it to where it's unlimited entries. I'm not doing that.
No.
It's going to be
entry.
one tag, one entry per person is what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be, is one entry per person. I just haven't figured out how many people I'm going to have you tag. You have to follow, like, share.
Put it to your story.
Yeah, obviously share it to your story is going to how to be to do it, but that's probably what we're going to do. Okay. So be on the lookout for that.
And we'll do it live right here.
Yep. But you have to be here to win. We have Lampert cigars on the 20th, which I got to order those this week. Or this week or next week when I get paid.
And you're paying on Friday.
Well, no, I'll get paid on the 15th, which is a Tuesday. So I'll probably get it Monday night. Yeah. Unless I get it Friday, I don't know.
So let's talk about an event that's coming up here in Poughkeepsie, New York.
We're working on some other guests coming on. Some wrestlers. So that'll be good. Some more cigar makers will be coming on. I'm working on that now. And kind of seeing from there who comes when, who can come on when, and possibly doing some other stuff this summer. Working on some stuff.
Might even be traveling to an event.
Well, there might be an event that we're doing. I don't know yet. I gotta sit down with the bosses and see if we can do something together and what it would cost.
Where's that?
You know where it is. I already told you. We talked about it that night with him.
Dave?
No, somebody else. So be on the lookout for that. That's going to hopefully, if it can happen and we can make it happen, we'll be doing something like that. That other event's not until October, though. The one you're talking about. There's not much so far that I know of going on this summer, which isn't a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. So, and obviously you guys see this week we have on Angry Beaver cigars. Good morning, Emma. Good, how are you? So, when they come on, I'll be lighting up what I can gather is the Habano. You have the Maduro, and then we have the Connecticut as well. So that'll be interesting. I just want to see something here.
Why is it not on Facebook right now?
What? It is. It's there.
I didn't get a notice.
Yeah, it's there. It's there. It's live. See?
I didn't get one.
So, now, the updates are kind of done. Housekeeping's kind of done. giveaway coming soon. Stay tuned. You're going to want to enjoy that. Maybe we're throwing a couple cigars with it yet. I don't know. It's all going to depend. But we're coming up on, 2 years now?
Yes.
2 years in September. So you got our 2-year anniversary coming up. So we're going to try to do something for that. In September, we'll try to do maybe a big show and have a few different people on, maybe give some stuff away.
I could deal with that.
If we can talk to the people we've had on and see what we can do.
I could deal with that.
And see if we can get something together. You know, maybe give away some prizes. Have some couple of guests on at the same time. And then I think this new season of our show, I'm going to try to get it going this summer. If I can't, I'm going to try to do it come September, October. Maybe we'll do a midweek show if it's a possibility.
Right.
And we're allowed to use the network. And there's not a spot there, and see kind of how it goes. And maybe do a round table or something like that, kind of a little different than this. Bring on some shop owners, consumers, brand owner, you know, and kind of get you guys on a different path, so to say, than what we do here. You know, obviously this is kind of the round table, but it's not. It's our perspective on the cigars, not the shop owners, not the consumers. We're just two guys where there's, you know, how many cigar smokers that smoke cigars that have different perspectives than we have, shop owners that have another perspective than we have as far as, you know, pricing and sizes and orders and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to have them on here.
Right.
It'll be very interesting to have them on here and kind of see where it goes. So we'll see. It's going to be an interesting season for sure coming up. Our new season, whatever it is, season 2, season 3.
We might have to change shit up.
I
might have to come up with a new look.
You know, we got the new logo.
I start work on Monday.
We got the new logo. So that's new. Merchandise is still up on the store. If you want to buy, go ahead and buy. I might slowly start ordering some stuff to have on hand and figuring it out from there. But yeah.
Maybe we'll start a Turnbuckles and Stogies pod travel unit.
That's a little tough. That's a little tough to do. But
We started, got to end up back to us.
it's not far-fetched. It's not. You just have to find a good group of people to do it. And you have to find people willing to do it. That's the other thing. So, I mean, that's a possibility that we can do. Maybe we'll do a hat giveaway of our merchandise. You know, maybe some stickers or something like that.
Sounds like a plan to me.
You know, we're gonna start. That's gonna be our new thing. We're gonna start doing that pretty soon. So just be on the lookout for that in the upcoming weeks for the first giveaway. We're gonna see how that goes, and then stay tuned after that. If it goes well, maybe we'll do a raffle. Maybe we'll do a giveaway. I don't know yet. We'll see. So, but on that note, guys, let's take a quick break. And then when we come back, I got some other stuff to talk about. And then we'll have our guest on and we'll interview them.
Hombre muerto.
Dead man. 10 years hard time for something I didn't do. You've been living on easy street. Now that's just coming to you. You're a dead man. You're a dead man walking.
What up? Yo, we back. I don't know where our guest is. I text them. I'm just waiting. If they don't come out, we'll just smoke the cigars.
Oh, I'm gonna smoke mine now.
Not a big deal. I mean, it is what it is.
Mm.
You know.
Who's that? Who's that?
You said tonight at 6. I said no right now.
Oh. I said 11 a.m. Eastern. It was today the 6th. Because they asked me.
It's fine. So give him a few minutes. Sorry, guys. People get a little confused because they're very busy. They're on a lot of different podcasts, Facebook shows, Instagram shows, but they're coming on. He said, give him a few minutes. He'll pop on. We got an hour with him. So, as y'all know, I retired. Been retired for, 2.5 months? April 30th. April, May, June.
Almost 3 months.
So now I go back to work on Monday. It's a pleasure. Retirement's good, but it sucks. Well, maybe because I'm young. I'm used to working. I'm not used to waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. And I want to go back to work. I like my weekly checks.
Actually, every 2 weeks.
That's okay.
Well, twice a month.
That's okay. Plus my monthly check every first of the month. I feel like a welfare patient.
That's a very nice white ash.
Mine's only doing that because of the fan. Just turn that way just a little bit. Just so I can feel it. It's very hot out here. For y'all that don't know, I carry a fan with me.
It's not that. I don't find it that hot.
I'm a fat white guy.
I don't find it that hot. Believe it or not.
I'm a fat white guy. When I left to go this morning to get ice, it was 89 degrees. And the sun was shining. I don't know what happened now. So let's talk about some wrestling. So let's talk about when Scorpio Sky returned.
Well, you had Dynamite Wednesday, Raw Monday, SmackDown Friday. Dynamite was fantastic. I watched that. Then you had Collision last night. I didn't get a chance to watch. I'll watch that today.
I watch them all on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
No, I watched the catch up. So
it's not the same as watching the whole show, though.
So Scorpio Sky returned, and I think what's his name's challenged them, the greatest wrestler of all time.
I have no idea.
Yeah, what's the greatest wrestler of all time? He used to be with Max Caster. He said anybody can last 5 minutes with the greatest wrestler of all time. And guess who came out? Scorpio Sky with Christopher Daniels.
Came out with Top Flight and Christopher Daniels.
Yes.
Because I seen the the preview or the highlights of it, but I didn't see the whole thing. I didn't see it
either. I watched it on TikTok.
Yeah, I only saw that little clip. I didn't see everything.
So
I'll watch it later when we get off.
Today's going to be a chill out day for me.
July 4th, you had the GCW Backyard Wrestling 7.
Yes, I never even knew they did that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It gives a lot of the guys a chance to
go back to their roots.
Yeah, they put on their old gimmicks and a lot. It's basically
what's his name from NXT was there? Didn't you say?
Well, that was years ago though. That was a while ago. But what it is a lot of those guys, that's how they got their starts. So they go back to their roots. You had
And a lot of guys don't do that.
you had Cage versus AK-47, which was, well, KJ Orso, who was Fuego del Sol, versus one of his best friends when they were younger doing backyard wrestling. They actually wrestled each other. He kidnapped Cage, threw him in the trunk of his car, and drove off with him. It's an interesting show. Some guy set himself on fire by accident.
Send him LOL.
You heard me? Somebody set himself on fire by accident.
Who the hell was that?
He came out. So he's a stuntman turned wrestler. I think J.J. Allen is his name.
Uh-huh.
He's a stunt guy turned wrestler.
Uh-huh.
And basically, he's actually very good. He's good. They set off sparklers or a firework, and I don't think he knew that was going to happen,
Uh-huh.
even though he had on a full suit ahead of time.
Uh-huh.
He walked over the firework, I don't think realizing it, and lit himself on fire.
Really?
Yeah, his mask and everything went up.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, almost went up. He jumped in. They have a pool that people fight in all the time.
Well,
He jumped into the pool.
Just so y'all know, I'm waiting for some confirmations. The Untouchables may be wrestling in New York. So I'm waiting on a confirmation, and the guy that's going to bring us on is going to be on a podcast soon. I've already spoken.
So, yeah, it was interesting. He wrestles in like
So let me ask you this.
a ski mask.
Is it because I don't get that because I was under the other name? So now I don't get the notifications for Turnbuckles?
No, same account.
It's not coming up.
It's the same account. Yeah, so he jumped into the pool of water because they keep a pool at ringside and the guys go over the top and wrestle in the pool and all gets crazy. They have trampolines, mattresses, everything. It's
How
awesome.
do you light yourself on fire?
If you ask me, they said it was a shoot.
That wasn't no shoot.
I don't know because it looked like he had on a full like burn suit,
Okay.
like the stunt people wear when they light themselves on fire.
Right.
But then again, it may not have been.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it may have not been. It may have not been a shoot. It may have been an accident.
Right.
Or it may have been a work. It might have not been a shoot. Who knows?
Right.
But he wrestles in a ski mask over his head.
Okay.
So no one really knows what he actually looks like.
Right.
And the ski mask came off. He came up and pulled it off and then had to put it back on because nobody actually has seen his face without the ski mask. That's how I guess he keeps his identity hidden, so to say.
Right.
So let's take a quick commercial break and then we'll come right back on with our guests.
I'm trying to.
Wonder what was going on inside the man in black's mind. Was he missing June? Was he thinking back when that picture was snapped? Was he wishing he could hold her? Did he know his life was over? The day that camera flashed the last picture of Johnny Cash. Lines of life there on his face show hard living and show grace. A story told in shades of black. Was he whispering a prayer through that cold and lonesome glare? The day the camera flashed the last picture of Johnny Cash. of Johnny Cash. The lines of life there on his face show hard living and show grace. Story told in shades of black. Was he whispering a prayer through that cold and lonesome glare? The day the camera flashed the last picture of Johnny Cash. Wonder what was going on inside the man in black's mind. The day old Marty flashed the last picture of Johnny Cash.
Yo, what is up? What is up? Yo, happy Sunday, fun day. Yo, this is the host with the most, the big dog, the Vanilla Gorilla, and you are on Turnbuckles and Stogies Pod, the best pod on the internet for cigars and wrestling. And now we're going to bring on our guest, Angry Beaver Cigars.
The interview of the week is brought to you by Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
What up? What up?
What up? What up, brothers? How's
What's
it going?
going on?
Sorry for the confusion, and then I couldn't get on this Fatshima the fucking podcast.
Don't worry about it, brother. What's going on? How you doing?
We're doing good. We're doing good. We're in the car. Just gonna get out of the car here in a minute. Got Lou P with me, so I'm gonna talk to you as we walk out. How's the weather up there?
Not too bad, actually.
A little humid. Okay.
It's it has been monsooning here for the past week, man. It's been nasty as shit.
Okay.
But it's good now. Good to go, man.
That's good, though.
Nice. So let me ask you this. When I asked you to come on, you said you liked our podcast. Have you watched our podcast?
I have. Lou and I have watched it, laughed a little bit. I even told you I had a story to tell you talking about wrestling.
So let's talk about it.
All right, let's talk about wrestling. So when I'm retired law enforcement, my homicide partner back in the day, Big John North, he was best friends with Dusty Rhodes when Dusty, you remember the old Florida League wrestling?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
The Midnight Rider and all that.
Yes.
Absolutely. So I used to go all the time with my partner. So when Dusty needed a tag team partner, he used to call John. John used to throw in a mask and do a lot of the local stuff with Dusty. So we used to hang out with him all the time. It was funny because when he first told me, my partner first told me, oh, no, I do professional wrestling, too. And he was a big, ugly son of a bitch. God rest his soul. I love him. But he needed a mask because he was that fucking ugly. I love him to death. But, just a badass. But Dusty was a character, man. He was absolutely a character.
He was.
Yeah. I mean,
Son of
super
a
nice
plumber,
guy.
baby.
Do what?
He was the son of a plumber.
Yes. And just a very humble,
Yes.
super nice guy. Tell him I'll call them. We'll meet up. Yeah. And that was my, let's see. We arrested Jake the Snake in Daytona. It was.
That's not surprising.
Yeah. Oh, man, that was a whole nother story, man.
Yeah.
Hold on. Lou P standing next to me.
What's up, guys?
What's
What's
up?
going on?
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
So we, go ahead.
No, finish what you're saying. Go ahead.
Oh, no, it was just, especially like you guys know, I mean, it was so big in Florida and there was so many different organizations and everything else that you seen these guys all the time. and then when a lot of them got brought up, and then you'd see them again back in the communities and shit.
Yep.
Nobody was in awe of these guys anymore because they were just all a bunch of local guys hanging out in the same bars we hung out in.
Exactly.
You know, but that was my intro into professional wrestling because of my partner.
Okay.
That's cool.
So now let's ask this question. How did you guys get together and come up with Angry Beaver cigars, and how did you start smoking cigars?
Lou is well versed, far more so than me, in cigars, and he has his certification through the Tobacco University. Lou is a master woodsman. He owns a huge custom cabinet, custom woodworking shop, and we met in a lounge. So we were sitting there bullshitting, and it was like one of those things where you become friends right off the jump. So we started talking about cigars. I've been smoking cigars probably, I don't know, 20 years. We started talking. We both said, hey, man, wouldn't this be really cool if we did something? So Lou goes, yeah, but we just kept bullshitting about it. My wife, who actually owns the company, we just run the company, finally said, are you guys going to just talk about this shit, or are you actually going to do something? So I'm going to have Lou explain about the blends, how we got the blends, and who does our blends. So I'm going to turn it over to
I'm smoking, I guess that's the Habano,
No, that's the Maduro, I
the
think.
Maduro one.
Which one?
The black label.
That's the Corojo.
Okay.
And then I got the bronze-ish label.
Sumatra. And the green is Connecticut. No, those are our 3 mainline blends. We also have 3 exclusive blends that haven't even hit yet.
Okay.
The one blend, I'm actually going to have Lou explain this stuff to you. 1 second. Yeah.
What's happening?
What's up?
So like Bobby was saying, when we started the company, we needed to have a catchy name. This is our color. You see us coming from wherever we're at, right? The logo. So that's cool and all. We'll sell swag and people see who we are, but we're a cigar company first. So
Right.
we had to have a great cigar that we could stand behind. That's what we are. So of course, you guys know, and I'm good friends with Ish. I've been friends with him for years. So Bobby said, well, we got to find somebody to make our cigars. I said, no, we got somebody to make our cigars.
Right.
we just got to pull the trigger.
Yeah,
So,
he's ready whenever you are.
He's
gotta
always ready. Right. He's always ready. So, got with Ish. Me and Bobby talked about what we wanted to do to get started. So we have the 3 core line. We only have them in a Toro. Figured that was like right in the wheelhouse of most people.
Yep.
Just did a Toro because we wanted to come out with a couple blends instead of having 5 sizes of one cigar right off the jump.
Right.
So again, we went to Connecticut, which I don't know if you smoked the Connecticut yet, but
Not yet.
it's probably going to be your favorite Connecticut cigar. It honestly, like, not to brag about it, but when we came up with it, talking to Ish, I'm like, Ish, I smoke heavy cigars all the time.
Right.
And I'm like, if I'm going to smoke, I want to smoke everything that we have, and I want to enjoy it. And I like to have a Connecticut once in a while, but it needs to still be a flavorful Connecticut.
It's got to have that bite to it.
Yeah, I don't want a piece of straw. You know what I mean? So
no.
So we came up with that, and Bobby loves the Sumatra, and then we threw in the Corojo.
And that's actually cool because a lot of people don't do
Corojo.
Sumatras and Corojos until
Right.
later down the line. They normally do the Connecticut, the Habano,
and the Maduro, right? Yeah.
And that's
so
that's kind of what's going to make you guys stand out differently, because you went with wrappers that aren't normally used as a first run. They don't normally use Sumatras and Corojos. They use that down the line.
correct. And we wanted to come out, with unique, different blends right off the jump. And then, like Bobby was saying, we got a couple other blends that we're working with. We got a couple of collaborations that we're doing. The one has been somewhat released, and it's exclusive for only lounges that are carrying our cigars already.
Is that the one that's on the Instagram, the 007?
It's the 107.
That was it, the 107.
Yes, it's the 107. So the 107 got its name because we were down at Banff Cigar Lounge down at the Polo Club on the grand opening day.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the day before our box of cigars came in from the DR.
Okay.
And we opened it up, and me and Bobby are like, oh, this is gonna be fun, We'll open up a freaking big ass box of cigars, and
Where do we start?
Yeah, it was and it was crazy too, because then we're trying to label them, get them on shelves, and it was really cool experience. So Bobby asked Ish, hey man, I know you blend a lot of cigars for a lot of different companies, like what number cigar were we? And Ish is like, you're the 107th.
Holy
So
shit.
so and Bobby's a big 007 fan. He's got it tattooed on his neck. Loves James Bond. So instantly our eyes lit up and we're like, oh, yep, we're gonna do a 107.
Yeah, that's the cigar. That's what we're gonna call it. That's it.
Hey, listen, there's nothing wrong with that, because people look at things like that and they're like, oh man, what the hell is 107 mean? And when you tell them the story, they're like, wow.
Stuff like that, just if it's that easy, like if it's a number like that has that story, or if it's a name behind it that you just came up with, sometimes those are the best things to run with, because that's what's going to sell.
Oh, yeah. And it was a tribute to Ish also, that was, when me and Bobby talked about it, we're like, let's do this. This will be like a give back to Ish for what he's done for everybody, and we appreciate what he's done for us. So people that don't know that, they just see a 107. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But when they hear the story behind it, where, it did have to do with Ish and the association with Bobby with, we look like we're in a friggin' back alley here. They're gonna rough up some guys, you know what I mean?
There you go.
So, yeah, I mean, and that was it. So the cigars, we're super happy with the blends that we have. These other cigars, the exclusive ones, we got another one. Let Bobby tell you about that one. It's with this guy, One Bear, down in Miami. Just some fun stuff. And the best part about it is that dealing with Ish is that we can just come up with crazy shit off the top of our heads.
Yep.
And he'll make it work.
Oh, absolutely.
And because he does the same thing with his cigars.
Oh,
he comes up with the craziest shit, and it's the best ones he's ever made.
He called me and Joe. He goes, I'm sending you cigars. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, I did these last night. I said, you had some wine? He goes, yeah. I said, okay.
And I know when he tells me he's had a few in him and he's made cigars, I'm like, all right. I'm like, I don't even have to smoke them. I'm like, I'll just wait for them to come out. Don't worry about it. I was like, when they come out, just let me know. Count me in for like a box, and we'll call it a day.
Yes, I mean, it's just a great experience. I mean, we enjoy it. So now, we've been hustling and doing a couple of podcast shows. We've done some cutting lights. We're in a few shops already. We're getting ready to do the big TPA event next week down in.
I can't make that.
We were going to try to make that, but
my daughter just
didn't line up for us to do it.
Yeah, it's hard. I know it's kind of a little bit last minute too, but yeah, hopefully that's going to be a great turnout. Make some good connections
Absolutely.
and also too, being in the family with everybody else that's going to be there, you know, network off of each other, strategies, what's worked, what hasn't worked. You know what I
Yep.
mean? It's a good community to be a part of. So,
You'll see the cigar
um,
clowns there, so make sure you network with them.
who is
Joey,
that? Say
The
again.
cigar clowns.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Those guys are great.
we've been following them guys since they've been underground.
I would
yeah.
say it had to be like 2016, 2017. We've been friends with them since. We were buying their cigars before they started selling mainstream.
Right.
That's when we started buying their stuff. So
That's
to
cool.
see, to see guys like them that we known for that long to be where they are now is like, a huge accomplishment.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're great guys too, though.
Oh,
And that
they're
helps.
and
Yeah.
they're hilarious too when you get
Yeah.
them going. Oh my god.
Yeah, just say when you see Ray, just say, Big Dog said, "Yo, where's my red lighter?"
All right, you got it. Maybe we'll bring it home for you. Hey, let Bobby tell you about this one bear.
Okay.
So on some of the newer blends, besides the 107, we are going to send over a new blend actually to Sicily. Hopefully we'll have them this weekend coming up. Those are called the Cugino. That's a new blend we were asked to make exclusively for a location in Sicily. So we have
Wow.
that going on. Yeah, we're pretty stoked and excited. And you guys gotta remember, we literally started in February.
Right.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So it's been it's thank God, by the help of God, it's blowing up. We're very, very fortunate to be such a fledgling cigar company. And we just hit the streets, man, hit the streets running. So one of my former organized crime partners now does these big fishing shows on TV, and he became friends with this guy. He's Cuban and American Indian, and the guy looks like about this. You talk about a professional wrestler. He's a professional alligator and bear wrestler on the reservation.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So his Indian name, yeah, Cuban guy. He has an amazing podcast, cigar podcast. Him and his dad. And then he used to have a TV show called Swamp Man for a few years as well. So he got the name One Bear. He was wrestling a black bear, and he got mauled. And his signature, every time he goes out, he does an appearance, does his show or whatever. He's a wildlife officer for the Seminole Indians.
Okay.
He only has half a thumb because an alligator took the other half off.
Holy shit.
Just a big ass guy, and no cigars inside and out. So we became friends. Decided we were going to come up with a blend for him, which is going to be debuted at the Burnt Leaf, which is in Sunrise, Florida, down near Miami. Lou came up with the blend. Him and Ish sat down and came up with this blend. I can tell you that it's a cigar, and as soon as we get them, we have the prototypes. We'll send it to you. It's a cigar you have never smoked in your life. Never.
Wow.
So it has a candela tip, so you get that tacky earth, very raw green tip taste. It has a shaggy foot on it. It has a it's Mexican, isn't it? Isn't it the San Andreas? San Andreas, and it's a double Lajero. So
Oh,
when
that's
you
Joey's.
That's right up. That's right up my
That's right
alley.
up Joey's alley.
That's right up my
Joey,
alley.
listen, it's like smoking 3 cigars, man. You get
That's
through,
perfect.
you get through the foot. You get a little way up. Now there's no pepper, no burn, no retro burn, zero. When you get into the cigar, what do you say, about a quarter in?
Yeah.
It's like getting kicked in the balls.
Perfect.
It kicks in, man. It's incredible. I have never smoked a cigar like, and I'm not saying again. Well, you guys know who the mad scientist is, so.
Yes.
But it was actually, I'll tell you who came up with the blend. It was Lou.
Wow.
Lou, as we're talking with this, with Gus One Bear, he's sitting there, he's drawing it out, he's doing dimensions, he's coming up, he wrote down everything that he wanted in a cigar. We immediately called Ish. Ish was like, oh man, it sounds amazing. And then he went to work on it, and we smoked it for the first time, I think Thursday night, right?
Yeah.
Thursday night. And it was,
Right to the nub.
yeah, it was off the chain, man.
I smoked the Candela. That's how far down I smoked it.
Wow. So,
Yeah,
so
it was
tell us,
off
tell
the
us
chain.
tell us about the cigars that we're smoking. Like,
So what we did with Ish on these cigars, they actually all have the same binder and filler in them.
Okay.
All right. Different wrapper, but not the same proportions of the binders
Right.
and the fillers.
Okay.
Right. So you just like, making a recipe, right? We'll give everybody 5 ingredients and let's go ahead and make this. But you're putting more of this in and putting less of that in than I am. They don't taste the same, but we still have the same 5 ingredients in our finished product, right?
Wow.
So that's what Ish did with that, is that it has IT13 Lajero in it. It's got Pilato Cubana in it. It's got what is it? What's the other one in there? It's got 2020 Viso in it. So it's all just a matter of how it all got mixed up and
you
blended
definitely
together.
you get that on the retrohale. You get that pepper bite from the Ligero.
Right.
On that retrohale, you get that nice pepper spice bomb, so to say.
Yes.
Yeah, and and all of the cigars, they're just smooth. I mean, that's all Ish puts
It
out.
is.
They're just smooth.
It's very smooth, and there's no
ammonia, right?
No, there's no like
No.
like aftertaste on the back of your tongue.
Clean on the palate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the draw is fantastic too. It's not a tight draw. It's
good
not
smoke output.
super loose.
Yeah.
It's the way a cigar should be. Is it's not, you're not over rolling it or over packing it to make it burn longer. It's just got that. It's got that perfect draw that everybody looks for.
Good. Glad you're enjoying that. Yeah, we smoked this this one Bobby was telling you about, this One Bear cigar the other night, and we lit it up. And I don't know if you ever smoked a Shaggy Foot. So when you light it up, right, you're just tasting all of the filler,
and a little bit of that binder,
a little bit of the binder, right, and then all of a sudden, then you come in and then you hit that wrapper. So you're like, all right, now you're enjoying it. And like Bobby kept looking at me, and when we talked to Gus about what he liked, he said he likes a fuller cigar. So we threw in the green tip, with the alligator swamp thing. We wanted to just have that on there. And the Candela on the tip, like Ish's green tip that he makes, you get that grassy sweetness on your lips while you're smoking it, but you're not even smoking Candela. So that's just kind of evens everything out also as you're smoking it. And then we're looking at each other and we're like, this is nice, burning. Of course, the Shaggy Foot, you got to tap that ash off because that gets all wild. Nothing's holding it together.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then we start burning into it, burning real nice and clean, straight line. And Bobby's like, man, this is mellow. This is smooth, right? And all of a sudden, we get, like he said, we get about a third of the way into it. And he looks over at me and he goes, whoa. This thing just friggin' kicked me in the back of the head. And I go, I said, I didn't know if it was me or if it was that gin and tonic I was drinking, but yeah,
as long as we're on the same page, at least I know it's not just me.
Exactly.
At least I know it's not just me.
And no shit, man. I smoked this thing. I put a pick in it and smoked it in the Candela.
Wow.
I mean, almost turned the thing inside out. So, and again, even I'm a big retrohaler, so I probably do it too much, but I don't feel like I burnt my palate out because I don't smoke a lot of peppery cigars. So,
Right.
But every few puffs, I'll do a retrohale on it, see where it's at. I mean, it didn't get any harsher. It was just smooth, the retrohale all the way down to the nub.
Wow.
So I mean,
That's-
nothing more you could
that's
ask for
good.
out of
No.
a cigar, right?
Listen, man, you guys are gonna go far in the business. You're already in stores, and you have the mad scientists.
And then you're already,
making them.
like
and-
Bobby said, you already got a cigar going out to an international market,
Right.
Yeah.
which is for a smaller company that's just starting this
Not even
early
3
on.
months, 4 months.
That's almost like an unheard of thing.
We're at Cutting Lights. We've been at Cutting Lights, and we've had people come up to us and be like, "Hey, you guys need you need investors?"
Wow.
We're like, no, we're good.
Yeah, no, we'll keep
Right.
it with us. Thank
No,
you.
It's just me and Bobby.
You want to invest? Order our cigars.
That's all right.
Yeah,
But buy
exactly.
more cigars. There
Yeah.
you go.
You can invest. That's how you do it. Buy cigars.
Buy cigars and keep us going.
I could tell you within the next 2 months, you think it'll be done?
What's that? Oh yeah, absolutely.
We so we're starting to do events also, and when we discussed doing events, we didn't want to be those guys who come and set up a tent.
Well, background: we're in Florida.
Yeah.
Pretty much sunny 365.
Right.
And we ride Harleys.
And have been riding, our entire lives. So we spoke about doing events, and I had this idea in my head, but it's been for a few years before we even spoke about it. Wait till you see this bike we're designing. I'm not going to give it away yet. I can tell you there's not another one out here. It's going to be an event bike, and it's going to absolutely rock. So when we pull up somewhere, yeah. So that's being customized as we speak. Hopefully the phase 1 is done. We got another 2 more phases to go on the build. Then we're going to plaster social media and everything else with it and put it out there.
Maybe debut it at Biketoberfest.
Yeah, maybe Biketoberfest we'll have it out. Yep.
There you go.
Wow, that's cool.
That's
man.
awesome.
Like nobody ever shows up on bikes.
Right.
Oh no,
right.
Well, just
not a bikes with your cigars.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not a pull along trailer, so you guys can use your head on coming up with some of the shit. Yeah. It's gonna be badass, man. It is absolutely a labor of love. We're just trying to, we got to get the brand out. You asked earlier about the name, and one of the things that we spoke about was it has to be a name that everybody sees. I'm kind of a comedian. I like people to laugh at shit, like to make people laugh. Just wanted people to laugh, and Lou just kept saying, do not lose sight of, make sure that the cigar backs everything up, because how many times have you gone into a big humidor and said, oh, that band is so fucking cool. You
all the time.
You take,
all the fucking
two
time.
puffs, and you take the cigar and you throw it in the fucking garbage, and you'll never buy it again.
So we actually have a question for you guys.
Go ahead.
So Danny Nipper says, hey fellas, I'm late. I live in Florida. Where can I buy Angry Beaver cigars at?
Depending on what part of Florida he's in. So we're in the Banff Lounge in Wellington, and up here in Cocoa Beach, Satellite Beach area, we are at the Quarantine Lounge. And also we're starting to be, and we'll be in Smoke Ring 72 in Merritt Island. We're working on a place in New Smyrna. But if you want smokes, just tell them to go to Facebook, Angry Beaver Cigars, or Instagram, Angry Beaver Cigars. Hit me up, drop me a line, I'll ship them out.
I was just going to ask that. Can they order directly from you guys?
Yes. Yeah, we're trying to find... Go ahead.
Danny's a big boutique guy, and he likes to keep the boutique guys going, so I'm sure Danny's going to hit you up.
Cool, man. Well,
appreciate it.
Danny, we appreciate it, man. We appreciate, anybody's support to to get us out there.
Let's talk about TPA. So that's July 11th to the 13th.
Yes.
Wellington, Florida, at the Banff Lounge. Angry Beaver's going to be there.
Cigar Clowns, GTO,
GTO, Ironclad,
Ish, obviously.
Ish, Phantom and Fury. It's going to be a great gig.
Hayes Gray Cigars is going to be there.
Hayes Gray will be there.
There's a lot of cigar makers going to be there, as well as I think media too is coming.
So just think that you guys cannot go into Ish's humidor. He already made that clear.
That's correct.
Buy from everybody that's there. You cannot walk in his humidor and buy a cigar. It's locked.
Well, I can tell you.
You are going to have to buy from all the vendors.
I can tell you some of the vendors that are there, I've smoked their cigars.
Yes.
You're not going to be disappointed.
You're not.
Between the Cigar Clowns, you guys, Ish, GTO, they're not going to be disappointed. And there's a massive amount of cigars just between you guys that people can purchase, along with Hayes Gray and Ironclad and everybody else.
The event alone, though, I mean, the Polo Club is absolutely beautiful. We have full access to the pool. It's going to be a great, great event. And meeting everybody. Yeah. Lou and I like to get out and meet people. We just don't want to send out smokes in boxes or whatever. We want to. And then a lot of the places that have our cigars that are in Florida, not our out-of-state places, we like to show up and support the lounges as well. And you just get to know the patrons.
Now, let me ask you guys this, because I know some companies do, some don't. You know, you guys said you like to go out and support the lounges. When a lounge orders from you, if they're within, let's just say, driving distance, do you guys hand deliver the product to them?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And we'll do a cut and light.
That's a big thing that I know a lot of companies don't do. That I've learned from working with certain companies, the hand delivery to the shop itself makes a big difference.
Danny, and it's
in
so
Wellington,
cool.
Danny.
It's in Wellington, Danny. He's in Ocala,
Florida.
It's so cool now that we walk into a shop and you hear different people. I mean, especially the women. Put an Angry Beaver in your mouth. It's just the phrase is caught on, and we've all had a couple Angry Beavers in our mouth before.
That's great.
At least these Angry Beavers you put in your mouth, you get satisfaction. So,
yeah, there you go.
That's all I got to tell you. Yeah.
Yeah, Danny's in Ocala.
That's a little bit of a ride.
Yeah, it's not crazy.
Hey, if he comes down there for the night, do the 2-day event.
Actually,
make it a day.
Danny, August 2nd in Satellite Beach, we're throwing a huge 107 party. It's come dressed as a villain, James Bond, a Bond girl. We have giveaways, prizes. The liquor vendors will be giving shit away. The bar is off the chain. But August 2nd at 6 o'clock to whenever, we have that going on.
I will.
So just send me the info. We'll post it up on a YouTube and everything.
Cool. Yeah. I'll send it to you when we hang up.
But yeah, so there you go, Danny. There you go.
So you can get your Angry Beavers in the stores they told you. And always remember, put an Angry Beaver in your mouth to get satisfaction.
Yeah, the only damn satisfaction. We won't break your wallet like the other Angry Beaver. So,
oh wow! Listen, I'm thoroughly enjoying this cigar.
This is really good, fellas.
That makes us happy.
Good.
I think it's because it's different than what everybody else does. Like I said before, with the wrappers, that not a lot of people do that as their first cigars. They don't do a Sumatra or a Corojo or a Criollo. I feel we had this on another Herf I was on last night. We actually had this same conversation of like, we feel as cigar smokers that those are like the lost wrappers that people don't use a lot of.
Right. Well, we want to be different.
And that's what we were saying last night is, the fact that there are, like, you guys are using that, makes you stand out because not a lot of people do.
Well, you know what? Also, too, right? Like boutique guys that chase boutique cigars, and women, right? They're genuinely cigar nerds, man. They're cigar nerds. They're chasing good cigars. They want to find another cigar
Right.
that's better than the last one, and that's why they don't smoke as much of the mainstream stuff, because they want something different. You go to everybody's got the same blend, same taste, very similar. Which one's been rebanded with a different label on it? It's like, come on,
I know of one that does that.
You know what I'm saying? So we wanted to have something where, like you guys smoke cigars, you appreciate cigars, you know the taste, you know the flavors that you're looking for. And when you smoke it, you're like, yeah, this is something different.
Yeah.
I get into this,
You know, I was a mainstream smoker, and then when boutiques started blowing up, I used to start buying a lot of boutique cigars.
The first ones I think we smoked were Ish.
Know where it's at.
And the first one we smoked was Ish. And let me tell you, when I retired, I bought a lot of cigars from Ish, and I got in trouble. So
yeah, they're good. You want to keep getting more.
Absolutely.
Oh, I always do.
That's what happens.
This is really good.
Ish is one of our sponsors. Actually, Ish was the first guy to do live rolling on our podcast last year, January 7th.
That's cool.
Nice.
The year before.
No, the year before.
No, it was last year, because that was when, right after that episode, we got hooked up with a network that I don't think is around anymore on Roku. He was our first live show on that network.
Yes.
Huh?
They took us on after New Year's Day, and if I'm right, Ish was our first show on that network.
Post that up. So
Yeah, that's the cigar Jesus for sure, man.
Absolutely.
yeah, so Danny said he should be able to make it to satellite event. I'm curious about the bike. I'm a bike week, and
He's at Bike Week and Biketoberfest every
Cool.
year. I
We'll
ride
post-
a
we'll post it.
1970 Shovelhead.
Nice. Yeah, tell him.
Make sure he follows us.
Make sure he follows us, and
yeah,
he'll
make sure
see
you
it.
follow him, Danny.
I think, as somebody who's a bike enthusiast and a cigar enthusiast, I'm sure that,
We're rolling.
yeah, we're rolling. I guess we're rolling dirty. But as a cigar enthusiast and a biker, there's no way he's not going to like the bike. We're pretty stoked about doing that.
Hey, let me give you a little wrestling story. When I lived in New Jersey, I used to play softball. I used to play in like 5 different leagues playing softball.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm playing in this league in Neptune, New Jersey. And all of a sudden I see this guy come out and I go, who the hell is this monster?
Bet you I know who it is.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
Bam
Sid.
Bam. Bam Bam Bigelow.
I was thinking Sid Vicious, because Sid was a big softball guy.
Yeah, no, it was Bam Bam Bigelow.
I wouldn't have thought Bam Bam, honestly. I would have took
he's from
Bam Bam
Neptune.
for a softball guy.
No, he just played catcher. He was just the wall.
He was the wall. I mean, he was built like one.
So my cousin,
Yeah.
my wife's cousin Michael, used to date his stepdaughter,
Oh yeah.
and he used to go, "Cousin Dave, Bam Bam is my cousin's stepdaughter. Is my girlfriend's stepdaughter." I said, "Oh, that's nice." And I used to see Bam Bam. I used to go, "Yo, you know my cousin?" He goes, "Who?" I said, "Michael." He goes, "Oh yeah, he's dating my stepdaughter." Take care of it.
That's funny.
Well, listen, guys, I know you're busy today.
Yes.
Hey, give me 2 seconds. Bobby wants to show you something. I'm gonna
Okay, all
catch
right,
up
that's
with him
cool.
real quick.
Yeah.
I'll give you one more wrestling story. Besides, when I was a kid, I used to go to Asbury Park Convention Center and follow it,
Yep.
right? So I got to meet Andre the Giant, the what was his name? Ivan Volkov,
Oh, yep.
right? All those guys. And then so we were, years later, right, my son got into wrestling. We're at Great Adventure theme park. And he goes, hey, Dad, look over there. It's Mick Foley, right? Because they were just doing an event. They were doing a charity event down in the area by the shore. So me and him were talking, right? And we see his wife. He's walking around with wrestling shoes on, sweatpants, and a ratty-ass T-shirt, right?
Always. That's how he is now.
Yeah. And his wife is wearing like a mink coat. She's got nice boots on, right? So she's standing by the fence. So my son says something to my wife real quick, like, oh, there's Mick Foley over there. So my wife tries to play it cool, and she walks over to the wife and says whatever she says at the time. We didn't know. She comes back, and she goes, no, that's not him. Me and him are looking at each other like, no, that's definitely him. He's got tooth missing. It's him. We go, what did you say to her? She goes, I went over and I said, oh, is your husband Ric Flair?
That's
funny. She didn't remember. She knew a wrestling name when he said Mick Foley. She couldn't remember. She said Ric Flair.
I mean, that's also not a bad thing to be compared to.
I know, but night and day, right?
It's a complete difference.
Oh, my gosh.
One goes out and parties every night. The other one goes home and writes children's books.
Right.
So Danny said he followed you guys on Facebook and Instagram. With the alerts turned on, he said he's going to hit you up for an order.
All right, cool. All right, well, we're going to go do our stuff.
We're going to go grab a couple of drinks and something to eat.
There you go.
All right, guys, thanks for coming on, man. We appreciate it.
Hey, sorry for the confusion.
No worries.
No, don't worry about it. Thanks for coming on.
All right, man, we got to hook up so we can sit down and have a few.
Yes,
absolutely.
We will.
All right.
Have a good one, guys. Take care. Enjoy your day.
All right.
You too.
Have a good one,
man.
Thanks. That was cool.
Yes, he is closing it. And I know that, Danny, because one of my good friends now was trained by Dory Funk. He was trained by Dory. And he said that they were he said they were closing down. He said they were closing down, but Dory's sick too. Dory's sick too. So that doesn't surprise me.
Well, guys, it's been another Sunday fun day. We appreciate y'all.
It's fantastic cigar.
Y'all heard it right there. Put a beaver in your mouth, and that one you get satisfaction out of. And it ain't going to cost you a lot.
And if you want them, hit them up on Instagram or Facebook, Angry Beaver Cigars, and place your order with them because you won't be disappointed. This Sumatra is fantastic. You smoke the Corojo.
It's great. Great cigar.
I'll definitely be ordering from them for sure.
Yes. We haven't tried this one yet. It's the Connecticut.
That's the Connecticut.
That's Joey's cup of tea.
Not that it's not my cup of tea, but I'll smoke it and try it. He's a cool old man. He's a cool cat, man. His wife is great friends with my wife. Peace out, fellas. I got here in time. Absolutely, you did.
Yes, you did.
And we appreciate you jumping on.
Appreciate you, Danny. Always, brother. Much love, guys. It's been another day with Turnbuckles and Stogies Pod. Enjoy your weekend.
Remember,
talk to you all weekend.
Stay tuned for the giveaway coming up. I'll be putting that out probably
Danny, we're doing
at some point this week. So stay tuned for that.
You might win.
And this has been another fun episode, and we'll see you guys again next week.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.